Yellow and Luna channel. On this episode of Treasure Trove, we're going to be unboxing 5 post-apocalyptic blind boxes. Now, some of the series that I'm unboxing today are actually cyberpunk themed, but I thought they fit in with the post-apocalypse, and I think this is a good selection of boxes that are kind of dystopian future-oriented. So on the end here to start, we have Sank the Child, and this series is called On the Way. And Sank is this really cute character that's wearing a diver's helmet. It kind of looks like a little kid. And then beside it, we have SOS Kid. And this series is kind of a sad series all about world disasters that are happening currently. So when we have a look at that box, you'll see what that entails. And then, of course, I have the new Skullpanda City of the Night. Now I'm going to be opening up a full case of the actual series this month, so I don't have one of the blind boxes. This is actually a blind box for Popmart's enamel pins, and this is Cyberpunk themed. And then beside it we have our second Cyberpunk theme from ToyCity, and this is Laura Cyberpunk. And in terms of the actual Cyberpunk theme, I do think Laura did it better than Skullpanda. And then on the end here we have Azura, and this is Animal Fighting Match series. They're all pretty interesting series, but let's have a closer look at them. So the first one we'll have a look at is our Sank the Child On the Way, and this box is really pretty. And I really like Sank figures. Usually for Sank you get really large figures. This is the first blind box variety of Sank. And on the side here you can see we have a total of 9 options, it looks like. I don't know if there's any secret edition. If there is, I'll put it up on the screen, but definitely on the side of the box we can't see one. And the names aren't in English, so I won't read them out, but I'm most excited for this rainbow one. I think it's so pretty. And the skateboard one's pretty cute. I also really like this black one and this blue one. I think that would be fun, but I really want the rainbow one. That's the one I'm hoping most for. So I hope I get it in today's video, but that's a look at the first Sank blind box. And then we have SOS Kid, and this is super cool. They actually just announced a second series of it. This series is definitely a bit sad in terms of what the theme is, but I think the figures are actually really interesting and really intriguing, so I'm excited to open this up. And the company for this is Fun for Fun. I've never unboxed a blind box from that company before, so I'm excited to see the quality. And we have 6 options and 1 secret edition. And as I said, these are all kind of disasters that can happen. So we have ocean pollution, we have anti-war, nuclear radiation, plague, global warming, and then on the end here, negative emotion. And then the secret edition doesn't say the name. I'm hoping most for plague. I also really like the ocean pollution one. I think it's super pretty. Nuclear war is also really cool, and negative emotions is a neat one as well. But this one I'm really excited to see what it looks like in person. And then we have our City of the Night series. And this box is really cool. I like how pink and vibrant it is. It definitely looks very cyberpunk. And of course, because it's Popmart, we have 12 options and 1 secret edition. And you can see it's pretty small on the side. It's a bit hard to see all of the pin options, but these pins are really cool. They're the one that has like the chain going between it. And I don't have a particular one that I'm interested in. I think as long as I get a good color, like this one on the front is beautiful. I absolutely love this one. But I think I'm pretty open. Oh, this purple one down here would also be really cool. But I think this will be a fun series to open. And I do have 2 of these, so I hope I get 2 characters I really like. And then we have Laura from ToyCity. And this box, again, is pretty basic. It's just black. It's not as cool as the theming for the Popmart one for Cyberpunk. And on the side here, you can see we have our 12 designs of Laura and 1 hidden edition. And I did get a bunch of these. I've already opened a few before shooting this video, although none of the videos are out at the time of this recording. So you might not have seen me give my opinion on this series yet, but I'm really excited for it. I did get 8 boxes of this, so I know I'm probably going to get most of this series, so I'm not too worried about who I get in this video. I've never gotten a secret edition from Laura, so I think it'd be pretty neat to get the secret edition. And then of course we have the one on the front that's not on the side. And it doesn't say the name for this one, but this one is really cool as well. So this will be a fun series to see who we get. And then we have Azura Animal Fighting Match series from Popmart. This is the first Azura series, but there is a second one that they've already announced and just came out fairly recently. I'm really excited to pick up a full case of the second series. I think I might be sad that I didn't get a full case for this series. But as you can see on the side, we have our 12 options and the secret edition. And these are all animal themed as well as fighting themed. And the secret edition I think would be really cool to get as well. I don't have very many boxes of these, so I'm interested to see who I end up getting. In terms of color aesthetics, of course I love the kitten one, same with the butterfly one. I think these are my two top ones. This one down here as well as this one. They kind of share that purpley pink theme that I like a lot. And the nurse one, of course, is awesome. I think these are the ones I want the most. I think I don't want any of the red yellow ones. I tend not to collect those colors. I think that's probably why I didn't get a full case of this, just because there was a lot of orangey ones. And of course, we still have the one on the front to look at, and this one I think is probably the most badass one. And of course, it's a bunny one. So we have Bunny Water Fight Champion, and I really hope I get this one. This one's probably my favorite. For the longest time, pink and hot black has been my favorite colors, so I love this color combo. And I don't think it comes in this dynamic pose, but that would be really cool if it did. I think it looks amazing. So now that we've had a look at all of the different series, let's get into unboxing. I think we're gonna start off with the ToyCity Laura Cyberpunk series first, and start off the video with hopefully a really cool one. I think this is the one series that I'm really interested to see who I got, but I know I'll probably end up getting most of them. So let's have a look and open it up. Oh, and I can feel the base right away. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got the cop one. Well, that's too bad. And here is the card for Time Cop. I really like the cards for them. They kind of have that 3D effect. And the back is really simple. And let's have a closer look up at this really cool Laura figure. And for this one, the first thing I noticed right away is that the ray gun that it's holding is actually attached. I have opened some of these before, so sometimes the gun is the accessory and you do have to attach it in the hands. Even though it's a cop, the hair is a really cool color, and you can see on the back that there's this really beautiful ombre. And the outfit is really cool. I really love the legs of all of these Laura Cyberpunk ones. They're always so like futuristic. They're actually all really cool. This series has a lot of figures that are amputees, and I think that's really awesome. And it's definitely a part of Cyberpunk games and stuff like that. But besides just like thinking of it in the Cyberpunk sense, I think it's really cool to have figures that are amputees, because I feel like a lot of people would feel represented by having figures where they might have a loss of a limb. So I think that's really cool, and hopefully no one finds it disrespectful. So even though we didn't get a figure that I'm 100% in love with because of the theme of it, I personally don't really want to have anything cop or army related in my house. I still think it's a beautiful figure and it's a beautiful series. But I'll let you know more about my opinion at the end of the episode about the series in general. But let's go ahead and open up City of the Night next. Let's have a look at this pin. And I really hope I get the one on the front. It's so beautiful. All right, these ones aren't blind as soon as you open it. They're just in plastic. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Oh, cute. Oh, we got a blue one. Oh, this looks so pretty. All right, let's open it up and have a look. Oh, this one is so cool. Oh, and it actually comes in a kind of a card. And this blue colored one is called Heart Seeker, and it's really cool. I really enjoy how there's glitter in the pin. I think that's super neat. And I love the blue color, and its accessory kind of looks like a paper kite or a fan. I'm not 100% sure what it's supposed to be. But this pin is really pretty, and I love the hairstyle. I think the hairstyle looks great. And you can see the chains are quite long, which I really like. It seems like it's really good quality. It's nice to see Popmart is doing different things with their pins, and I definitely got a super cute one. And let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And I don't know which one to open. I'm kind of tempted to leave this to the end because this is the only one that I only have one box of. Everything else I actually bought multiple boxes at the same time. So maybe I'll open this one first. I kind of want to leave it to the end, but at the same time, I'm worried it'll be a big disappointment if I get one that I'm not into. Oh, I didn't even see. This one actually has a pull tab. So let me do the pull tab instead. And let's see. Oh, I love the bag for this. This is so pretty. Oh, I love the attention to detail. Wow, this looks so great. The figure looks like a pretty decent size too. Oh, I'm interested to see what these look like. If you're not familiar with Sank, they normally do much larger figures that are very expensive. So it's interesting for them to do a blind box. But let's have a look. Oh, we didn't get the rainbow one, but we got a really cute one. Look at this one. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, and it looks like it has the little feather for the hair. This one is a singing one. Oh, I love the color for this one. Oh, it's so pretty. Wow, I love this. It is so cool. Oh, this is neat. So I'm gonna set it up with the stand and the little kind of feather detail. So here's the card for our cute Sank on the Journey figure. I'll put the name up on the corner that's written here. And this is really, really cool. All right, let's have a look at the figure now. This looks amazing. I love the size of it. It's kind of the same size as Laura. Yeah, it's actually a bit smaller, but it's a lot bigger. In general, I'm actually really impressed with it. It is very, very light plastic, but it still looks really cool. This stand is super neat. I'm glad it's not just a very basic stand. It says Sank on it. The ombre for this one is so amazing. Wow. And I love this detail with the kind of feather. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but a lot of Sank figures have that detail, so it's a pretty common one. And it's interesting. You can see here this kind of sweater over the shoulder look. This has a different texture and feel compared to the rest of the figure. It's kind of rough, which is definitely interesting. I love this one. Oh my gosh. I think this is my favorite thing that we've unboxed so far. Even though it's not the one I wanted, this is a really cool series. Maybe we should have left that one to last, but let's go ahead and move on to the Azura one next. And let's see who I get for this one. And which one did I get? 1, 2, 3. Oh, cute. Oh, we got one of the ones I wanted. Oh, this one is so cool. It's very metallic. And I forget what animal this was supposed to be, but this was a fighting one. Look at it with its giant box and gloves. And the stand should be inside of the box, so I will set it up. And here's the card for Scorpion Girl Fight. Very simple on this side, but I really like the details on this side. It's really cool. And let's look at the details for this figure. So the first thing you can see is the scorpion tail. I think it looks really, really neat. And it's actually kind of ball jointed. Oh, I popped it off, but you can see here it's a ball joint. So I think the idea is that you can move it around a little bit, but maybe not too much. But the scorpion tail detail is so cool. It might be hard to display this one, but I think that's amazing. And I really like how metallic it is. You can see the hair kind of has this purpley, pinky sheen to it, kind of blue as well. And we have an ombre on the hair going down to blue. It's very subtle, the ombre. And we have really big glasses. The glasses look a bit ridiculous to me, but I like the rest of the outfit. It looks really cool, and they're really, really large boxing gloves. This is a pretty cool figure, and I like its pose with the one foot back and the other foot forward. It looks like it's gonna take a swing, which I think is really cool. I do enjoy dynamic poses if they're gonna have a stand. And I definitely think this figure fits in with the rest of the ones that we've unboxed. I don't know how post-apocalyptic it's looking, but it definitely looks very cyberpunk city of the future. And let's go ahead and open our last one, and then we'll get into my first impression. So we have the SOS Kid one. And these seem like they're pretty big figures, so I'm interested to see what they're like. Oh, and I don't think they're a surprise. I do just feel a plastic thing. So I think when I pull it out, we will see the figure. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got the really cool one called Nuclear Radiation. Oh, neat. This one is cool. It has like a kind of a clear hat to it. As you can see here, it's really interesting looking. And it's this little creature. You can see the face and the arms and the legs. You can see it kind of looks like an A-bomb exploding on it. It's really interesting, but let's go ahead and get it out of the plastic. And I'm interested to see what this looks like in person. Oh, it's really, really cool. So here's the card for SOS Kid, and it's really interesting. I love the art style of this. And it also came with a second card, which looks like maybe you get a discount or something. And let's have a closer look up at the figure. So you can see here we have a kind of toxic waste container behind it. And it's this really kind of orangey, purpley red color, which is really interesting. And it's a bit hard to see the face, so I'm going to tilt it up so we can see it a bit better. But it has a very simple face, but I think the expression on it is really interesting. And these figures are definitely not your typical figures. They're not trying to be cute. It's also extremely detailed, which I really appreciate. There's a lot to look at, and it's one of those figures from a certain angles you can get a different look at the figure and see different things. Let's go ahead and put the hat back on to have a look to see what it looks like with the hat. And the hat definitely is probably the most cutesy part of the figure. I do like that the figure is not taking itself 100% too seriously. And I really love the effect of the hat once it's on. From all different angles, you can see a different look at it. This figure would be really interesting and pretty hard to display because you kind of want to look at it from the top, from the front, from the side, from the back. So now that we've unboxed and had a look at every figure, let's get into my first impressions and if I would buy more from this series or this character. And I usually like to start with my least favorite and then go up to the one that I'm most excited about. And I think for my least favorite, it's going to be the two from Popmart. So we have Azura Animal Fighting, and then we have the Skullpanda City of the Night. Now, I always say since I don't collect pins, usually the pins tend to be at the bottom. I'm still excited to get them, but I always don't feel like I need a full series of them. And I think I would say the same thing for this series. I really like it, but it's a very specific style of pin. And I think this style is more something you would want to wear than just display it. The actual Skullpanda itself is pretty small, but I did buy these to hopefully wear them, even though I don't wear too many pins anymore. But I'm pretty excited that I got two of them. I hope my other box is just as cute as this one, and the quality is really nice. I definitely would recommend these. Out of all of the Skullpanda series of pins they've done, I think this is definitely one of my favorite ones. And then we have our Azura figure. As I said for this collection, I wasn't that excited by the colorways, so I didn't want to get the full series, but Series 2 is beautiful, and I'm definitely looking into getting a full case for Series 2. I think compared to the rest of the ones that I unboxed today, it's probably the figure that least excited me. I can't remember how many boxes of Azura I did end up picking up, but I think I only bought 3 of them, and I've opened 2 of them now, I think. So I definitely do want to get more, and I feel like I definitely will get more in the future, so I will definitely be buying more, but I'm not sad I didn't get a full case. And who should we talk about next? I don't know, maybe we'll say Laura, just because I got the one that I wanted pretty much the least out of the Cyberpunk series. It's still a really cool figure, and I probably will keep it, but I'm just not excited about the particular character we got. I almost got a full series of this, and I think I might be sad once I open up all the ones I have. If I didn't get all of the particular ones I wanted, I probably wanted at least 8 out of the 12 of this series. And I think I did pick up 6 or 8 blind boxes. So hopefully for the rest of the ones I unbox, I get some of the ones I want. If I don't, I definitely think I'll buy more of them. It's pretty hard to get Laura ones. They tend to be available for purchase and then they disappear right away. So hopefully I can still pick up more of them at a later time in the future. But I really love the Cyberpunk series. I think they did a great job and there's some really cool ones. So I'm really excited, and clearly I knew I was gonna like the series because I did buy so many at once. So I knew this one was gonna be pretty high on my list already before even doing this first impression unboxing. And then we are down to the SOS Kid and the Sank ones. I did almost buy a full case of the SOS Kid one, but I didn't think I needed all of them. There is a series 2 that has been sneak peek and it looks amazing. I'm not sure if I'll get a full case for that one or just a few ones. But there definitely was ones in this series that I wasn't as excited for compared to the other ones, so I think I'm pretty happy with the ones I got. So I definitely think I'm open to getting more of these, but I'm very excited that there is a season 2 announced. And if you haven't seen the large size figures of the SOS Kid, I definitely encourage you to. They're beautiful. And even though these are more serious figures, I think they actually go really well with my actual collection. And on the end here, the kind of winner for today's video is the Sank the Child. I really love Sank's larger figures. Sank comes up with like a different colorway and a different style of figure like multiple times a month. It's crazy how many Sank figures there are, and they're really expensive. Usually in Canadian dollars, they're anywhere from like $130 to like $200 depending. So that's a lot of money to splash out, especially for a figure that every single like month or half month there's a new version of it. So I was really excited when Sank announced that they were doing blind boxes, and I hope I can find this blind box available somewhere else to pick up. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find this. I actually bought this several months ago from Kika Goods, and I know recently they came to like My Plastic Heart and Strange Cat Toys, but I'm guessing they're probably already sold out there, so it might be really hard for me to pick up another one. And I definitely feel that these are really good quality and they are really cool. I think if I could find them available, I would probably pick up maybe like 3 boxes, 4 boxes. I don't know. I think they're really neat. So my first impressions of this one was really good. I think for all the other series, I accurately guessed how many I would be interested in getting, but for this one, I definitely did not. So I think that's why that's the top winner for today's video. But let me know down below which was your favorite that I unboxed today, or which series would you be excited to buy for yourself? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I always love reading all of your opinions on my Treasure Trove episodes. And even though this wasn't 100% post-apocalyptic or cyberpunk themed, I hope you enjoyed the theme, and I will see you next week for another unboxing video. Hope you have a great night.